and Lyft. Joe currently uses multiple phones to efficiently drive for Uber and Lyft. But this can be a pain at times and very unsafe. That was until Joe found Maximo, the rideshare app that automates Uber and Lyft ride requests. Maximo will use the filters set by Joe, like time, distance, and passenger rating, to determine which rides are best suited for Joe. When a ride request comes in, Joe doesn't need to worry. Maximo will automatically accept the ride request that matches his filters, and then turn off the app that isn't currently on a ride. Once Joe finishes the ride, Maximo will turn everything back on. This will allow Joe to focus more on his passengers and driving safe.
I swear I'm going to get into Doodly and make an autonomous one where it just kills people and they go up in blood. It's going to be awful. It's going to
don't put my logo on that.
Here at Waymo.
Don't put my logo. My dad actually it's funny. I went and seen my dad yesterday for Father's Day, and he that was the first time yesterday that he's ever seen my ads or my apps.
Yeah.
I was like, Dad, seriously, I've been doing this 7 years.
Yeah. So today's a little bit different, you guys. Obviously we're starting early. I mean, this is early. I had a super early curry run, so my brain is like getting tired, and it's 9:05. So anyway, we're only gonna do like an hour because Gary and I are gonna go hit some time with our sons because it's obviously Father's Day. Hopefully you all know that, and you're calling people if you need to, or making sure your kids call you and all that stuff. But today, with Gary and I, for what we're gonna do here is, you might remember him if you're an old school podcast listener, because he was on like the episode 23 or 26 or something. And it was over 2 years ago. And it was about 2 years ago, and he is the CEO founder, or co-CEO founder, right?
CEO co-founder, yeah.
Oh, CEO co-founder,
Yeah.
Okay. Of BidBud app. And I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this. We actually had a really good podcast about it, but again, it was back in the infancy of the podcast. So I'm happy to bring James back on, and I want to hear, because a lot, James and I talked about a year ago too, and then it's just, the pandemic, all this, and just recently he's been reaching out. So it sounds like he's got some movement, and I know he's got some ideas. So we're going to hear him out today and see if we can help him or help direct him into what he's trying to do or where he's trying to go with this.
Yeah, that's great. I'll so for those out there that don't really know much about the app, basically it's a gig economy platform that allows you to find and post one-time jobs. I just wanted to make sure that they understand. But basically you can find and post one-time jobs in your area utilizing like a bidding system. So, and as you know, we've been working on it for quite a while now. And basically we're at the point now where the product we believe is mature enough and ready for the market. So we developed, an affiliate marketing system where basically we're giving away 50% of the revenue generated by an affiliate's promo code. And so now I'm at the place now where I'm trying to basically, find people that will want to join the affiliate program. And that's kind of the stage that I'm at right now.
Okay. I'm trying to remember where the last time, because again, there was 2 years ago when we talked, and we had a really good talk. You were way in your infancy, and then we talked about a year ago.
Yeah.
And I remember you had some other ideas. Like, can I ask what has BidBud been doing, or what have you worked in the? I know you were in Tacoma when you guys started. You were going to school.
Yeah.
Now you're down in the Portland area, but I know you still, that whole Northwest market all seems to work with one another. Anything that launches up there, it's like San Francisco. It just kind of all works.
Yeah.
So are you up there with with people working on the platform, both contractors and users needing the work?
We've had a handful of jobs done through the app, but it seems like because we haven't done any marketing or at least that much marketing until now, because we've been focused on the affiliate marketing system. But I've noticed it's like scattered. So when you open the app, it shows you jobs within a 20-mile radius, and you can shrink it or expand it up to 50 miles. So I've noticed that we'll have like random people around the country just like downloading the app, posting a job, or random people around the country looking for jobs. So it's really scattered right now. So I'm really trying to focus on affiliate marketing, and maybe even try to get affiliates that can target specific cities.
So, okay, so maybe I missed my answer though, but what market is it working in that you've tested it, you've seen it work beyond tested it, where you have some people working it, you see it working? Because I remember what it was. It was, if I remember right, let me see if I describe it correctly. And even if I describe it correctly, it might be from 2 years ago. So you might correct me here. But if I remember this correctly, BidBud was going to allow both ways, either people who wanted to like have their upstairs. I remember we used the example, so I'm going to go with this one. I don't remember how we did it, but we used the example of an upstairs bathroom. They wanted an upstairs bathroom redone.
Yeah.
They were going to need to call a plumber. So kind of like a Craigslist, but more in contact with people who really have like real certifications. They're not just going to come out and destroy your house, not know what they're doing.
You can find both. So that the app is designed in a way where you can post tiny jobs like a
Yes.
a driveway pressure wash, or a big remodeling job, or a cleaning job. And then the people that can bid on your job, you can have a range of people. You can have some high school student who just wants to make some side cash, or you can have real big time contractors that do professional jobs. And
well,
so
that's what I was trying to touch on before we go any farther, is that like, so let's say, because let's use that bathroom example. If it's my house, we're redoing the bathroom, that's very important to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that it's done right. So I'm not going to want to screw around here. So BidBud then allows me to see plumbers' bids, because one plumber might send me, I'm just gonna use arbitrary numbers, like $1,500, and then I might get 3 bids from plumbers all within 3,000 to 35. Now, from that information, I'm not going to assume all 3 of those are scammers. I'm going to assume that seems to be in the logical boundaries of the work that needs to be done, and the person who undercut it way big time is probably not my best bet. Not saying for sure, but just saying.
And that's what's nice about it too, is you have a list of options. You have multiple different bids. You can look at their portfolio, their ratings and reviews, skills and qualifications. And so
right, because it had features like an Angie's List too, kind of.
Yeah. So and you can see like if they've done the optional background check or not. So you have like all of these pieces of information that can kind of help guide your decision.
So
how do they get paid?
Okay, so basically, payment for the job happens outside of the app. So we don't really handle any of that stuff, because we don't want to, there's already like, at least our idea was that there's already so many different payment methods out there and apps, that we figured, we'll just let people handle it outside of the app completely. So we just charge like a finder's fee in order to find the worker or the client, and then everything else happens outside of the app.
Okay, because I posted a job on here.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. About three days ago. Is that when you told me, Steve? 3-4 days ago, something like that. I have, of course, haven't had any bids, but it also didn't ask me for any type of payments.
Well, yeah, because it's we don't want to ask for payment your first time using the app. So basically, like, either you can, if you sign with a promo code, you can get credits, that you can use towards future service fees. but everybody's first time using the app is free.
Okay, so if I go to post another job, it'll ask me then,
Yeah,
or is it once this job has been completed?
so if you post, because you can post one-time, part-time, or full-time jobs. So if you
Right.
post a part-time or full-time job, it's just a flat fee, and you can post it, and then you can just receive, unlimited amount of applicants, or however many are even in your area. Where they can attach their resume. But if you post a one-time job, you're going to receive a bunch of bids, and then once you accept the bid, you pay us a 5% fee on the bid amount.
Okay, so it's like I have the job on there for somebody to paint my house. So if I eventually get any bids, once I go in there and I select that person,
Mhm.
then it will ask me for some type of payment.
If it's not your first time, yeah, then it'll ask you.
Okay, and I'm trying to get my thought here. It's still early.
It's so early,
So
dude.
early for me.
Where are you guys located?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And he's in Denver.
Yeah, I think you know. Yeah, I'm in Denver.
What time is it over there in Oklahoma City?
10 o'clock now. But I had to get up at 8, so that way I wasn't like really dressed.
Yeah.
And so I forgot where I was going with that, but
well, we're trying to help steer him into like, dude, what should he do now? I mean, he might even be thinking beyond that. No, that's not what I'm wanting, but I think that's where it's a good jumping point. Like, what's next?
I hate to call out other apps whenever we're talking about an app because it's not really fair to you, but you've probably heard of Thumbtack.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I've used them multiple times. So how does your app differ from theirs per se?
So basically, it's because we utilize a bidding system, and on top of that, we we have very much lower fees that most platforms in the industry really can't compete with. So
and the fees are only to the people that post the jobs, not the people that accept them, or is it both sides?
So it's the fee is split between both the gig worker and the client, because we want both users to have skin in the game. Because if I can post a job for free and I don't have to pay fees, and I accept your bid, and then you have to pay the fee and I don't, then I have no skin in the game, and then that's gonna could cause problems in the future with clients just backing out because they didn't have to put anything into it. So we wanted to split the fee between both of the users.
Okay. Do you plan on because like right now I can only do a 50-mile radius. Do you plan on adding another feature? I guess I could just change my home location, but I would rather not have to do that every time. Is there any way that we could be able to maybe go in and find jobs in other areas? Because like gig workers, for example, they might be doing a roadie job that's 100 miles away, you know, and while they're up there, there might be something else.
So you can either set it to show jobs based off of your current location, or you can go in and it's pretty quick too. You can just change it or set it by zip code, and you can change.
But they might not always know the zip code. They might know like Tulsa. They might not know the actual zip code for Tulsa. So then they got to go to Google. They got to search for Tulsa zip codes.
Oh, I see. Like you're recommending like putting a place where you can put like city and state.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do that. Actually, it wouldn't be a problem.
I just think it because like Bud Soda here. Let me put this.
I want to understand why. I think I missed why this is important.
Well, because like if I'm going up to Tulsa, I don't know Tulsa zip codes. I just don't.
Okay.
But if I'm going up there, say I'm taking a package up there or something like that, I'll be able to search in here because like okay. Like
it comes up and the
right.
Zip code
I'm looking at my app right now, and they have a shuttle driver needed in my market. I'm guessing. So, and I know between Oklahoma City and Tulsa that they actually do move a lot of cars between Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So if I'm going up there for whatever, say I'm shuttling a car up from down here, I might want to see if there's another shuttle coming back or something like that, instead of just having to grab an Uber and come back or something like that. I might be able to make more money if I can search by actual city and state rather than zip code. Makes sense.
That makes sense. Actually, I could see that, and I don't think that would be that hard to add at all. I think.
Plus, if he what if it was also, let's go back to the bathroom example. Maybe the bathroom example is actually going to, let's say it's going to be $30,000 to redo some bathroom, and your cut is $5,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes a big enough job where Gary might be willing to drive 2 hours,
right,
to the job. So also, therefore, he needs to.
I wanted
go
to
way beyond.
Also mention that our fees are capped at $50. So if it's like a $20,000 job, you're only going to be paying
$50.
Yeah. We just cap it. We don't want to get too greedy, because especially after hearing what a lot of these other like delivery apps, like when you break down their fees and stuff, it's like it leaves a sour taste in the consumer's mouth. So we wanted to just kind of keep it low.
I don't know if you've been living under a rock, James, but all the gig apps do that to us.
Yeah,
no, it's true. Yeah.
I thought we were pretty clear on that one. But yeah, so what would stop people from then selling things on BidBud though, if you're capping it at $50?
Selling things?
Like expensive items, maybe they're like, this is gonna be a cheap fee.
I had never thought about that. I mean, the app really isn't designed for that. I'm trying to imagine if I were to sell something on BidBud.
Well, you know how people sneak things into. You can't sell tickets on Craigslist, but every ticket that's being resold, even through the second-hand ticket apps, that resell, even those are going, at the end of the day, by the time the concert is 2 hours out, they even post those onto Craigslist, and there's not even supposed to be any of those.
Well, yeah, but I mean, with BidBud though, it's a job site. Are you going to be thinking, let's go check BidBud for tickets?
No, but all it takes is some person to stroll across it and be like, dude, this thing caps at $50.
I don't think it actually tells you that in the app anywhere. Like, right
you get it, not my thing, but you get like a little Justin Bieber fan or something, all of a sudden there's a bunch of Bieber fever going on, and everybody's like selling things and capping out at $50 and selling like Teslas and stuff.
I mean,
I'm just putting it out there.
You know what? Now, because I'm sitting here like trying to picture like how that would work, and like listing an item, and like I guess you could do that. Like it wouldn't be hard.
No, you can. I can do it right now. I got
yeah.
I got your app open right now. I can
put in an account for 2 days and he can do it. So
yeah.
I mean, but that might be a good thing too. Maybe that's something you want to include into the app.
I mean, maybe we'll add an extra feature where you can sell stuff, but that would be in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. You know what you need to do, and this is no joke, man. You and Joel, the CEO of Dumpling, need to fly Gary and I out to Seattle to sit down with you guys, because you live way too close to not be working together. Because you two could really kind of, a lot of the things I talk about with Dumpling could really mesh with what you do.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I would love to do that.
I mean, Dumpling's trying to be a true independent contractor platform, so you got to bring in your own business, all this stuff. People can create profile pages, and you're now allowed to not just do shopping. You're allowed to say, if a customer says, hey, can you walk my dog? Hey, can you watch our house? Hey, can you clean our swimming pool on Tuesdays? You're allowed to take all these extra jobs and just let Dumpling know you're doing them.
Is it dumpling.us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm going over your categories here. Are you planning on expanding the categories?
Yeah. So basically, as hopefully in the near future, more and more jobs start to roll in, and we start to pay, really pay attention to it. We're going to see what kind of, if there's anything that we're missing, any categories. So the categories that you see right now are just sort of we decided to just put a broad list of categories,
right.
That can cover like many different things. And so as in the future, as we start to get more jobs, we're going to start to add more categories and and especially categories that are even more specific too. So that we do plan on doing that in the future. But the goal right now really is we our growth is,
probably getting users is probably the goal right now. I understand that.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And that's why we developed the affiliate marketing system. And, we're going really aggressive with giving away.
Yeah, I was just going to say, why don't, because let's talk about that. Maybe we'll see a hole in this or whatnot, but tell me, because it seemed very good when you were talking to me the other day or last night, but let's talk about it. Because I kind of stopped you like, wait, let's talk about this today. So let's talk about what you're actually going for here, because it sounds big. And
so basically we developed an affiliate marketing system. So when you sign up for the app, when you sign up, you can enter an affiliate or promo code. And we created this affiliate marketing program where if you will be rewarded 50% of the revenue generated by your affiliate or promo code. And this is revenue before even credit card processing fees. So off of each transaction, you're actually the affiliate is taking home more money than BidBud will for bringing on a user. And it's going to be for an extended period of time. We plan for at least a minimum of a year and, ideally up to 2 years for this program. So it's going to be payouts on a weekly basis based off of 50% revenue.
And now, what revenue are you speaking of? The fees?
Yeah, the service fees.
Okay.
Now this doesn't include the optional background check, and that's because with the background check company, I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but depending on the case, the price, the cost on our end to do the background check can drastically double. So it would actually not be feasible for us to give away 50% from the background checks. It was like we would lose money there. But we can with giving away 50% revenue, we can in the short period we'll break even, but in the long term, as we get more users, we'll start to make a bit of money. But this is mainly about getting the app out there and giving out the profits to the affiliates. Or the revenue,
and hopefully some people start posting some jobs and taking jobs.
Yeah, of course, that's the plan.
So that was one of the things I was going to ask. So where are your soldiers on the ground? Where is the guerrilla marketing? What cities do you have people like me who can literally, do every type of like blowing up the city?
Yeah. So
well, if you listen to this, I'm not going to actually blow up the city of Denver, but probably.
Yeah, I'm not bailing you out. I'm not bailing you out. We're friends. We're not that good. They call me. I'm like, Steve, who?
He'll be like, I don't even know him.
Never heard of him. That's not you on the podcast. Not me.
Lose this number.
Yeah.
So I would say I think that's part of the reason actually why I called you, because this is all new territory for me. And so, I'm also trying to find connections and people that have experience in this space, because the app is ready to go and we have that affiliate marketing system. And like you were talking about foot soldiers, that's actually what I need. And that's what I'm in search for right now.
Yeah.
So,
when you were saying like, here's what I'm thinking. When you were saying like, like the thing we had talked about a year ago, like maybe getting some of the podcasters or GigTube community to get involved. And I obviously the other night I gave you a referral to Jason Thierry. It's just maybe somebody you could start working with to understand how those guys work, because he's pretty easy, except for when he's cranky. And then he's cranky. But he's good. He's good people. But I think that you're not. I think maybe Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that almost might be wasted money. I think you need to target like almost like you need to get on Craigslist.
Well,
and start pulling people off Craigslist to say, listen.
Here's the problem I see with giving 50% of revenue. They're gonna spam your app but if no one's taking jobs or posting jobs, there's no revenue. So you might get a lot of downloads, but at the same time, nobody's going to be using it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's interesting because I thought about that, and I think the only way to really combat that is to just get and easier said than done, obviously, but if we can just get as many affiliates as possible, because the more affiliates we have, the better it is for all of the affiliates as a whole, because all of these users will be interacting with each other inside of the app. So
until they hit that wall, though.
Well, this is what I'm getting at.
When they hit that wall, it's like you're still gonna.
You could give out 10,000 affiliate links, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 10,000 people could download the app. Is there like gig workers? All gig workers, the reason why they're going to be going to your app is to find work.
Yeah.
Is there enough work for every affiliate that gives out a code? That's the thing. So I think you're targeting the wrong people at the start. Like you need people to post jobs, not people to download the app.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that whole chicken or the egg thing, like what came first, the chicken or the egg? But so that is a good point, and that's kind of the struggle right now is finding, because we have to both advertise to gig workers and to consumers that are going to be posting jobs and utilizing their services.
So let me see what happened in the private chat here. Oh, his son is calling, so he had to take that. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know why can't you start I don't want to use the word luring. it's too early in the morning, man. But why can't you start pulling people off these Craigslist type things that are just putting junk jobs up there? Like that would be like one of the if you hired me as the guy on the street here in Denver to make Bid Bud happen, kind of thing. One of the first things I would do is attack Craigslist. I'd plug that for all kinds of stuff. Plumbers, dude, why are you doing this? Why are you getting paid crap? Why are you dealing with these people?
Like contact Craigslist.
No, dude. No.
No.
Just have people in cities get on there and find them and pull them off, man.
Right. Like when you go to Craigslist and you find, a plumber that's looking for work or something like that. That's the affiliates you really want. Like gig workers are great. I love gig workers, but at the same time, all gig workers would do is post an affiliate link that would, pretty much be a dead end, because whoever they're posting it to is going to be looking for work, not posting work.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'm also trying to find affiliates, like, in all areas, like, on social media influencers on different platforms and things of that nature too. So because I'm trying to target a wide range of people and to see like exactly which areas it's going to hit, because that's like still an unknown right now for me.
Have you done any type of like actual marketing with Google Ads, Reddit, things like that?
I mean, like we've played around with it a while ago, but that was when the app wasn't fully mature. And so, we played around with it, but we didn't do anything real.
Because just from a standpoint of between using affiliate marketers and Google Ads or Reddit and things like that, I get a wider range and more clicks from actual Google Ads than I do affiliates, because affiliates typically have a specific niche that they're hitting.
Yeah.
And so like us, we do gig work. And so our niche would be gig workers, depending on what I want to sell. For my apps, that's great. If I was to create an app like this, I probably wouldn't specifically target them unless I needed more people to complete the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about this though? I was just thinking, I mean, this is just off the top of my head. So But what about letting gig workers? Because I see why you want to attract them. However, I was starting to think a lot of gig workers don't have, and this isn't a diss, they might not have a lot of expertise in some of the things they might need to do on BidBud. But why couldn't you do something like this? Why couldn't you give gig workers, especially because you want to populate people onto the platform?
Yeah.
So give gig creators, gig workers, people we can put you in touch with to start it, to give them their own splash page that's like on the BidBud URL where they can list other jobs they can do. You know,
Are
like
you
maybe they
talking
do
about, like,
rideshare, but maybe they got all the equipment to do lawns. Maybe they got snowplow for the winters. Maybe they got, and they could put this stuff on there.
like put it in the app, you're saying, or on the website?
I don't know if I'm saying both or what I'm saying.
But like,
I'm
okay,
kind of,
so
I mean, in a perfect world, both, but I'm thinking along the lines of bidbud.app, kind of a backslash, no user, but just the username then would
okay,
take you to a profile page kind of thing. Or if that could happen in the app too. I'm just thinking if you gave them the
yeah,
ability to say, especially nowadays when gas is all up and people are on Etsy and they make things, but then they do rideshare for money. They don't know how to tell people that they do that stuff on Etsy. They don't know how to get that
yeah,
word out. So if they could create a splash page, that even allows people who, I know there's places you can get a free website, but a lot of people just don't go that route. One splash page that you could just create by 3 different templates or something and have it done in 10 minutes and your contact information and whatever.
yeah,
And if you could somehow do that so that they could list all the other things they do. I mean, like there's so many people that I know who do gig work who do so many other things, or at least have.
yeah. It's interesting. I never thought about that. I'm
Now,
like trying to picture
here's
it.
here's another thing I was thinking of. Are you planning on incorporating a chat feature of some sort?
We've had talks about it in the past, but we haven't talked about it in quite a while.
Because like one thing I do like about the other app I was telling you about earlier is I can directly message them people, the
Yeah,
actual people, and say, hey, and I can send them pictures. Like I had one do a bathroom remodel for me, and I sent them pictures of my bathroom. I probably went through about 4 of them before one actually said, well, let's do this, this, and this. So I could actually weed them out faster that way, because one was like, oh yeah, I'll just rip it out and put tile down. Well, I know you can't just do that in a bathtub. You have to put down the cement and the rubber and all that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and so I was able to weed that guy out quickly because I knew he didn't have the skills just from the chat.
Yeah, we don't have a chat right now, but I don't see why we couldn't include it. The only thing I worry about though is with a chat is people, avoiding the bidding system and then us losing out on a lot of revenue, especially because we already have really low fees. So
Why
that's
not?
kind of
Why not start a blog that you write weekly? Because then comments on the blog. I say this because it's different because you'll be able to follow it a lot closer.
uh-huh.
It's not like,
Yeah,
whoa, this Facebook group's out of control. I have no idea what's going on here. It's, you know,
yeah.
it's like less needing a moderator, and you're writing more of an article for people to expand onto. But you could write articles saying, gosh, like in these cities, we sure need electricians.
Well, that's what I was getting at, Steve, because I was bouncing off of your point of profiles. And I'm looking through BidBud now, and like I can't just go in there and search for a plumber. I have to post a job, wait for them to contact me, instead of me maybe seeing them, seeing their rating, and I can contact them and then send an offer, kind of like you do on like Fiverr and Upwork and stuff. You can search for the user, and you can actually they can send you a request directly there as well. So
Well,
you wouldn't actually lose out on the revenue because the bid would still have to come through BidBud. It's just they would be able to find a plumber, similar, because I mean like like somebody that needs work done,
uh-huh.
like if I need a plumber,
Let's take
I
Gary's situation. He just needed roofing done.
yeah, I just got my roof done.
Okay, so let's use that.
So I just got my roof done. Instead of going to any of these apps, I just went to Google. because I can look at all the company reviews, I can look at their stars, things like that. I'm trying to think, why would I go to an app if I can't see a profile of previous work, things of that nature?
Well, you can see their portfolio. So like they can upload a portfolio of like all their previous work, images, and all that stuff. So
But I have to post the job first, and then they got to respond to my job.
well, yeah, but that's the nice thing about this business model is you can post exactly what you need, and then you get the gig workers coming to you and giving you their prices and bringing their profile to you. So you
Wait,
can
but
like,
I see what he's saying, because like let's take the bathroom example. Like what if like let's say Marissa and I wanted to redo the bathroom, and I said, that's your job, I don't really care. It can look however, I don't really give a crap. Whatever. And we come up with a budget. Wouldn't it be nice if Marissa was able to look through the BidBud app at a couple of people who are plumbers, master plumbers that do that kind of work, and see their examples before they're bidding? So to go, I really want to work with that guy. He's got exactly what I want in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I see what I think
it might avoid the whole bidding, is what I'm saying, because they might even be willing to pay more.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm getting at. Like if I have to, if I'm looking for somebody to bid on something, the app is great. Like if I say, okay, I'm not in a hurry for my house to be painted, let's throw it out there and see who bids on it. That's one thing. But if I
remember right,
if I need a bathroom right
part of his
away,
bid thing was like cleaning up lawns and stuff, and that I get. Like, okay, you can have a bid on that, sure, because somebody's just, either way, it's gonna have to get cleaned up. So whatever.
Right. But that's not something you need right away. I mean, is that what you're going for? Is like an eBay type system for the app?
No, it's different than that. So like I can post a job, and then I can get however many workers there are in the area, basically giving me what their price is, like how much they'll do it for, and then like leaving quotes, I should say, and then I can look at all of their their information and their portfolios and their ratings and all that.
So when somebody posts a job now, does it go out to, is there a notification that drops down or pops up telling all the users that there's a new job?
Yeah, so we do have daily notifications where it'll tell you like, oh, so when you sign up as a gig worker, it'll ask you what broad categories you're interested in, and then anytime a job is posted in your area under that category, it'll notify you. But you can turn it off if you don't want the notifications. But like it's on for automatically in the beginning.
So, I think, I mean, let me ask you this then, if because I've started enough businesses, so I know that five things you have to tackle become 50, become 500 within 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So if you had to tackle if you could tackle three things right now, maybe they wouldn't be to perfection, but the three things that you could somewhat get under the control to start moving forward, what three things would those be?
That's a really good question.
I know, that's why I asked it. Happy Sunday, everybody.
He's gonna regret this. He's gonna be like, these dudes are smart asses.
You guys are thinking ahead. No, let me think about that. What three things? Could you repeat that again?
So like, I mean, like if you, I don't want to call it seed money or anything like that, because that kind of thing varies and who's coming on board or whatnot. But if somehow you had a certain amount of money, and don't worry about what that amount would cover, what would you use that money, other than putting it to the side for just day-to-day operations? What would you use? What three projects would you move right now from the state it's in? Like if you had expendable money of X amount to go to three projects evenly to help BidBud move forward, what would they be?
Okay, here's what I would do. Assuming like I can hire more people, correct?
You can do anything you want.
Okay, I can do anything I want. Oh, that's awesome.
It's your money.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just say, I mean, like, I that's why I don't want to put an amount out, but let's just say Gary and I just seated you.
Okay.
I don't want to put an amount out because that might change what you think. Like, well, with that much, I don't want it to be like that. Like, just what 3 things initially would you go, okay, this is, we got to do these.
I would allow gig workers to buy liability insurance per job. And that's a feature we want to have in the future where if you're a small-time worker and you're going to place a bid on a job, it'll give you the option when you're placing the bid to purchase one-time liability insurance just for that job. So that's one of the things I would do.
Kind of like the Europe thing.
I mean, yeah, similar. He doesn't know about the Europe thing, but yes, very similar to that.
So the Europe thing allows you to buy gig coverage per hour.
Yeah, per hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, per hour.
You can buy like per hour to work Uber or Deliveroo or any of the like normal just apps.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, yeah. So I guess similar to that, I didn't even know it existed.
Well, I don't think it does here. I don't think there's anything against it, but I don't know if
it does here as well.
Okay,
I think it's actually out of Well, I've never looked into it, but I think it's out of Massachusetts or something. But it's for rideshare drivers.
Interesting. So yeah, I think I would do that.
So obviously, I mean, that's good. So that's something that that must be like, that was the first thing you threw out. So that must be an important feature you want in the app. That's something you really are going to want in the app.
Yeah. And then the next thing I would do is expand into other markets, maybe Europe, Asia, or Middle East. Obviously I would do research into, which
right. But wait, whoa. Remember that you're exactly where you are now. You don't have here yet. Let's not talk about world domination yet.
Building an empire.
I know.
Slow down, brain. Slow down, brain. You remember that show, Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah.
Honestly, then I honestly, because what we need right now is just a lot of marketing.
Right. The way, let me throw out 3 that they might not even be the top 3, but let me throw out 3 again, not knowing the numbers. I would put evenly, if they had to be evenly spread, I would put it into bringing on coders and marketing. I would spend it on targeting specific cities and going huge in like 3 or 4 cities. Huge guerrilla marketing the works, and really just figure that for the next few years you're working in those cities only. If you get some work outside of it, great, but you are focused on those cities. And then I would ask for 3 more wishes.
You can't get 3 more. Limit to 3.
So I don't know. It would take me a minute, just like it is with James. It would take me a minute to think of what the third is, because there's a lot of different things you could.
Yeah. There is so much I would like to do. I mean,
maybe Gary will have 3 good ones. Let's see.
Oh, all mine's tech related.
I know, but I mean, you see the scenario though.
First thing I would do,
you got to make the company work.
Yeah, I mean, coder. Like I'm like you. I did the same thing, with Maximo and DUH. I targeted specific cities for advertising. And then after I got specific cities, then I targeted specific states. And I typically went heavy on like Miami, LA, New York, Chicago.
And what exactly did you do?
Well, I just did Google Ads and I targeted specific zones, and I did Reddit for specific zones. And then I have another one that I used, which helped also with my SEO.
What was your click-through rate or your download rate or any of that, if you don't mind me asking over there?
I would have to go look. I have a little over 75,000 users right now.
Because I've like, maybe I just don't know what I'm doing, but like I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out Google ads, Snapchat ads, TikTok ads, Facebook ads.
You need to hire somebody.
Yeah.
That's part of your money right
plain
there.
And simple. You can do it yourself. But there is somebody out there that specifically does that for a job, and they will be 10 times better at it than we will ever be. That's why there's advertising firms.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. I'm not sure how big your company is. I'm a one-man company,
Mhm.
and so I'm very small. I have a very small advertising budget. And so whenever I put my money somewhere, I have to really think, is this the best way to do it? Giving up 50% of my revenue is not a good way to do it. Not to me, anyways.
Yeah.
I think I would waste more money than I would make. I mean, unless you just have like
Yeah, I would
zero
actually
overhaul or
I would
overhead.
even word I would say the same thing as Gary, but
Yeah.
I'd just word it different. I would just say like that I don't think you're gonna get anywhere near the long-term ROI on something like that. Like I think it's gonna haunt you way more than help you.
With affiliate marketing, you're saying?
Yes.
At the kind of, and especially at the kind of levels you were talking
Well,
about.
because
That's
Yeah, well,
just
problem is,
here's what's going to happen with the affiliate marketing that we always see, and this is every app or every service I've ever seen, even ones that I have affiliate markets to in my apps. They give me a really good promotion for a while, and I promote it, and then once that promotion is gone, I no longer promote it. And so, and like half the stuff that people promote, they don't even use. They only do it,
mhm.
purely for that affiliate money.
I
And
mean, there's
so
got to be incentive somewhere. But yeah, no,
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
the incentives work. I
Yeah,
mean, this is what I would do if and I've thought about creating, and the reason why I've never created an app like yours or like TaskRabbit, things like that, is because the big dogs out there, they have millions of dollars. And it's hard for me to compete with that as far as advertising and things like that. But I have thought about it. If I had to give some type of uh, bonus or something, I would do it for the jobs they complete in my app. Because
well,
what I want is I want people to post jobs. So I'm
yeah.
gonna give those people a discount to post a job, and then the people that complete a job, I'm gonna give a bonus to for completing a job. It's the same thing. You're still taking that 50% fee and splitting it, but you're doing it in a little bit better way that promotes them to actually go onto the app and do stuff in your app, not just throw out an affiliate link. You're actually promoting workers and posters.
Wait, so you're saying I don't. I'm a little confused. So you're
Okay,
saying,
so instead of the 50% that you're giving out now, right?
yeah, to the affiliates, yeah.
Right. So instead of doing that, I would change it, and this is just me. If you post a job and accept a worker for that job,
Mhm.
we will give you a discount for the fee that you pay. That's if you post a job and accept a bid, right?
Well, we technically already kind of do that by like first everybody's first service fee is always waived. They don't have to even like enter a credit card.
Right. But I'm saying longevity wise is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking long term, these would be my bonuses because first time users, yeah, they're great. You might get the random person, oh, come clean up my yard. Okay, that person is going to post how many times? Once.
Yeah.
You guys might laugh at me here, but it's a chance I'm willing to take. So on eBay, like 10 years ago, it's been a while since I've been on there. You used to be able to like, pay a little extra for your ad that would turn it purple or would pin it to the top or that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not talking about charging the fee, but what about if somehow you made your promotional about the gig workers who create pages on your site, like I was talking about, get promotional money for bringing on handymen journeymen for electricians, plumbers. They get some kind of referral for bringing those people on the platform, and the first in every city that have a decent rating, and that you can kind of say, okay, well, have a standard. I don't know what it is, but have a standard that you base it on their Google rating or something, and if they have over 4 or 5, the first 2 people to sign up get 3 months pinned at the top.
That's actually I like that.
That's hard to do though if you have a lot of people though. I mean,
right. I'm just saying no, I'm saying for the people providing the services. So
well,
like
that's
you
what I'm
were
saying though. But if I bring in 10 plumbers, only one of them can be at the top.
If you bring in 10 plumbers, I'm going to wonder what is going on.
I might
in the
know a
world.
lot of plumbers. I might work for a plumbing company. I might be a plumbing supply person.
Right.
You
So
know,
I guess
I'm just
in that
saying.
case, it would be just you, not your referrals, that would go up. I don't know. I can't.
Well, let me finish what I was saying. So on the back end of that, you say you want gig workers. Well, gig workers are there to work. So what you do is you give them like I don't know how much a fee would be, but maybe take a percentage of the fee that was paid and give them that as a bonus for completing a job instead of just 50% for a referral.
Oh, you're saying okay. You're saying have almost like the gig worker as an affiliate, and then give them 50%.
No, I'm saying get rid of the affiliate for a gig worker period.
And get rid of that 50%.
Like I'm saying, get rid of 50% completely. Because like I said, they're going to do that just for the money. And then once in a year from now, you say, okay, well, we're no longer doing affiliates. They're all going to delete the app.
Well, okay. The for the affiliate system, that was more intended for like influencers.
But that's not how you list it on your website. You say anybody.
What are you looking at here?
It says becoming a BidBud affiliate and take 50% of the revenue. It doesn't say like you have to be a
No, you don't have to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to be, but
Right.
like that was kind of the intention was like, oh, we could reach out to, influencers on different platforms, maybe influencers that are kind of in the gig space or, all these various different areas and, bring them on as affiliates. And that was kind of the idea originally.
Right.
Well,
I'm just saying, as far as gig workers go, because like I said, the way I see your app is you need people to post jobs, people to complete jobs. The best way to get people to post job is to give them a discount on the fee. The best way to get people to complete the job is to give them a bonus for completing a job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that's just me. If I was going to do it as an app developer, that's what I would do. And then the third thing I would suggest is customer service. Whether it's between the posters or the workers, customer service goes a long way.
I would go back to the targeting of 3 or 4 cities and have your customer service be actual centers there that people can, even if it's a small little office, that people can go and talk to somebody to.
I don't think you have to have an office there. I just think
maybe not. I'm not saying office like any kind of
you need somebody
out of the house, whatever.
Somebody
that
directly
really
that they
follow
can contact
through with you. Yes.
I mean, like
once you have a contact, that's the person you use.
Yeah, I love my customer service. Anybody that has any of my apps, they can reach me directly. They don't have to go through anybody else. Even if I was a one or more than a one-man company, they would never have to go to anybody else, And so that's what I think is when people are used to dealing with somebody, like if Lisa said, "Oh, I need help, let me message Gary," but then I kept sending her to Steve, she can be like, "Well, what the hell?" Yeah. And if Steve's not solving her problem, or he puts her off to somebody else, that's and I know once you get so big, you eventually do have to get other people. But I think a direct person, unlike, just a random person, like Steve said, is probably best.
Yeah.
And I honestly think populating, even if it's just 2 of all the main things, obviously you want more because you're in a big market, but like, you want 2 plumbers. You don't want, I know you want 100, but you want 2 plumbers because you don't want 0.
Yeah.
Like if somebody goes to search for a plumber, like even if you have to go to the plumber and say, "Hey, do you care if I'm give you a free ad in my website? It'll just mean more business for you." And I don't even know. Like that's an option too. Just rolling up to different businesses, especially mom and pop types that are being shut down.
Yeah, and even actually because you can also post, like I was saying earlier, part-time and full-time jobs too. So, a lot of businesses are desperate for employees too.
Well, the reason why I was putting out, because like I said, I've had my house painting up, and I do actually need my house painted. I didn't just put it up for a thing to see who bids. I actually do need my house painted. It's been up for 4 days. I've had 0 bids.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue right now is because like this is like a new space for me, and I've been like just kind of involved in development with my partner for a while now. So that's basically one of the main things I'm trying to figure out now is what would be a good method to like get, a lot of people using the app.
Well,
Especially gig work.
I think like Steve said, I think it's targeted cities. I think that's the major thing, because I mean, yes, you want to have 1 million users. Yes, you want everybody to go to your app, but starting out, that's really hard to do for every market unless you got millions of dollars. And if so, then you should already be doing this.
Right. And don't, even though all the other apps that are startups as well that get their seed funding or their first round funding, don't go to Miami, New York, Chicago, Austin. Don't go to all the norms. Like even Denver's a great big market, but they don't come here first. I mean, come to Denver. Pick other markets that we're 800,000 people, and we have a lot of gig workers and a lot of younger population.
That makes sense.
But I mean, I think the main thing is getting people on there. Even if like I could pull out I could get online, pull up all the plumbers in the area and kind of try and figure, okay, well, what's the closest ones first, and get my pitch down, go talk to them and find the smaller ones who are still struggling from the pandemic, because the big plumbing companies, like here it's Applewood. I don't know if they're nationwide, but like they drive around everywhere. So if you don't know anything about plumbing, most likely you would just call Applewood in an emergency because you've seen their orange trucks here in Denver. So there's a lot of places that got hit hard by the pandemic, maybe even closed their doors, but that doesn't mean the master plumber is done working. It just means he doesn't have his business anymore.
Yeah.
And I do have one last suggestion for the app itself. I see jobs on here, but there's no dates. So I don't know how long they've been on there. Do they expire after a certain amount of time, or they left up there forever?
They should expire after like 30 days, I think it was, if I remember correctly.
So I think it would help a little bit if we know the posting date that's on here too.
Okay.
Then I can go like, okay, yeah, this was posted yesterday. Let me see if they still need it.
We could easily do that. That would.
Yeah. I figure you timestamp everything.
And I honestly think, like if you told me, hey man, Steve, if you told me in a week, Steve, spend the whole week going after Denver and tell me what you find out at the end of the week without any more direction, I would have people ready to have their business plugged for free. I would be telling you, these are going to be the priority spots. Plug them at the top. They're good people. They rank high. And then I got 4 other plumbers too that just want the free advertising from this week of pitching. Then I would just make it happen. I would dissect Craigslist by night every night. I would go through it and pull every person and email them and say, I'm not emailing you about a job, but this isn't spam either. Would you like to have a free advertising spot on our new website and app?
To do that, you also have to make sure that you abide by the laws. So you have to give them a way of opt out of any spam. Just FYI, you can't just email blast people without allowing them to opt out. So
right. Well, I was more talking. Well, and
even if you personally do it, even if you personally type the email, you still have to have a link in there and some type of.
But isn't that, I think on Craigslist that's a pretty easy thing. You just put it in there and.
Well, I'm saying if you're emailing people on Craigslist, though, like if you take their email from Craigslist, personally email them, you have to give them a way to opt out.
Right. Okay. I guess my pitch personally would also be like finding a plumber on Craigslist and saying, hey man, I got like 3 different properties that I need bids on. You got a minute to talk? Get them on the phone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then just say, dude, what do you charge now? Or what areas do you work of Denver? Where are you located? How many miles are you willing to go to South Denver and Centennial and Castle Rock? And, it's like you just start getting in good with them and saying, we're going to target the whole city, but if this is where you like to stay, we can make you the top spot in that area. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. That makes sense. I get it.
Hopefully this has helped you, man.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of great advice here, guys. I really appreciate it.
Gary and I, we do this every Sunday, just not this early in the morning.
Yeah, I woke up at I think 7.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we usually start at like 1 or 3 or so.
No, it's supposed to be at 2 Central,
which is 1 my time.
Yeah,
and because of Father's Day, it was
for some reason it starts at noon. It starts at 11. It starts at 9.
Because I hate algorithms. I'm trying to piss YouTube off.
Trying to piss me off.
But I mean, like every Sunday we're on here, and like this is we love chatting. So like if you take all this back, digest it, and you come back with, hey man, I got 8 other questions. Hey,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that would be
just
great.
Come back on Sundays. We're open mic. We let everybody join on, except for this Sunday, guys, because it's Father's Day. So that's why we only had James today, because we wanted to, I mean, remember Bud Soda, how we solved your life in like 2 minutes? Like,
hey, he is back on base, I believe now. I believe he is back on base.
Right, but I mean, like, we really we got mad. We took care of it, and had he not waited all those days, he could have gone and done it right then. I'm not giving you crap either. I'm just saying, like, we're taking on the job of trying to solve. We're going to solve everybody's problems on this show.
Except for the Airbnb that Steve has been wanting to get for like 4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, and that's its own problem, because I need to have commitments to do something like that. I was just saying this to John last night, John McKellion, and that like if I don't, then I just got to get another place. I know how to take care of that, but it's cheaper, and I would rather do it the other way. So if people want to get serious, I was hoping to talk about it this week, but until Gary reminded me, I mean, I knew it was Father's Day, but until Gary reminded me, he was like, Sunday's gonna be Father's Day. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to talk about that. But if you guys want to start brainstorming what you'd be able to do, like John and I were looking at 4-bedroom houses last night, and we found like a couple that were 115 off. So we found one for 260 that was 2,000 square feet, had 4 bedrooms, 6 beds, and slept 12. Nice. And it was in the historic. It was an 1888 house. It's 7 minutes from the Arch. It's like 6 minutes from the Botanical Gardens, and like 8 minutes from the stadium. So, if people want to get involved in that, like I'll do some stream this week or something, because it does have to be this week. Because what's the date? Yeah, I mean by next Sunday, the 26th, I got to book something.
Yeah, I'm already booked. So
yeah,
I think John said he was going to get a hotel as well.
John, yeah, but last night we were talking, and he said depends what you do.
All right, but
so he's willing to look at the idea. Yeah, okay.
Back to the BidBud app, since he's here. If you're watching, go download the app, look through it. If you have something that you need done around your house or something, go ahead and put it on there. It'll only help him, so that way he actually has subscribers and jobs and things like that. If you need to complete a job that's on there and you see something you can do, go ahead and bid on it. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you'll make some extra money.
Or if you're just kind of have some downtime, download the app and just play with it. See what you can find. Like set up an account, see if you find some things. Email it to. Can they email you at? Is it James K at bidbudapp.com?
So I actually have a in the app. I can pull it up here. You can like get in direct contact with us directly through the app. If you go to my account,
the report a bug one.
Yeah, you can do report a bug, or you can here. I can maybe, I don't know if I can chat here.
This says support at bidbudapp.com as
yes.
well.
Yeah.
If is it support at BidBud? Is that what it is?
I need to report a bug. I'm clicking on report a bug and it's not doing anything.
Let me see now. Report bug. It's. I mean, I'm gonna block out my private email here, but
here, let me show you. Can you see that?
Oh, interesting.
Wait, what is it? I can't see it. What is it doing or saying?
It's the reported bug button.
The reported, that's so ironic though, isn't it?
And I'm clicking report a bug and it doesn't do anything on my phone.
The report a bug has a bug.
Yeah, so I'm reporting a bug.
It's just because it just runs so smoothly. We've never had to report a bug. No, but I appreciate you pointing that out. But that's weird because it works just fine on iOS. So
another thing.
This
James,
is Android, by the way, Android version.
If you guys, I guarantee you, if you wanted to do and I would think this would serve you a lot better than a lot of the other things you were thinking about putting money at. Gary, tell me if I'm wrong on this one too, but if you wanted to do like a 10-person focus group, Gary and I could get you the perfect 10 people to play with this app and really just take it to town.
I would be really interested in that.
I mean, you might have to pay them a few bucks. They're gig workers, but you could make it so that one time it was worth it for a 2-hour session to really see what they can get into, give them some tasks, say, hey, set up an order. Hey, set up a business. And see because I think that's something I'm saying. We're not just going to give you 10 people that just signed up for apps yesterday and are like, I'm just learning DoorDash. These are people who really know how to multi-app, how to work the system, all of it. And so they know how to flip back and forth between all these. They know how to learn an app in 2 hours, inside and out. So
yeah, let's definitely do something like that. I would be very interested in that.
Yeah. I mean, I know Bud Soda's in here. I know he would do it in a minute, and he'd be a good person to do it. He would definitely give you a lot of feedback.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great. Let's chat about that more, and we can text about that, set something up, sometime soon.
But obviously, we wish I'll put the link in the show notes to you guys. I mean, if nothing else right now, just go download the app, check out the site, play with it a little bit. It's not no harm, no foul. Just play with it. See if you get any kind of questions. Let Gary or I know. We'll let James know for now.
And I'll
let James know there's support.
I'll fix the report a bug button so you guys can report bugs.
That's probably a major thing.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, Gary, you weren't going through every button and filling out every field on every page. So
no, but now I'm not gonna break his app.
Right, but I'm saying there might be other little things that they've overlooked because you've been your face has been in it for 2 years.
Right.
You need to step back and have some people go, dude, what's up with this?
Oh, I get that all the time as a developer. People's like, hey, this isn't working right. And because I don't, as a developer, you don't use every feature in your app. You just don't. You put it in there, and then you're like, okay, then you never look at it again. Like for example, Maximo, you can actually sign up for that on the website, and it's been down for 2 months. I never even known because I don't go to my website and sign up.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's it's interesting. It'll probably be a simple fix just to get that going. But I mean, definitely if you have the time to look at it, and if you find
it doesn't have to be 10 people. If you wanted 4 or 5 people, it would be let me just put it this way. Whatever you could come up with for get them for 2 hours, pay them a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Or do it if you have affiliates, do it through an Amazon link so you can give them more. If that works for you or whatever, but it doesn't have to be tons of money, but get 4 or 5 people. We'll get you the right 4 or 5 who would like to make $40-$50 to help you out for 2 hours.
That would be great. That would be awesome.
I mean, that seems about fair, right, Gary? $50 to help him out for 2 hours testing.
Yeah. I mean, that's
for the Bud Sodas and
they make 20 to 25 an hour gig work. So,
and even if they're making 30 though, they'd still do that for you. Because they can do it from home, and it's go to town on this, find the problems. Okay, our people like that. They'll be like, okay, I'll try and break it.
No, actually, that would be great too. Because it's interesting because you were saying this earlier, but when you're developing the app and your face is in front of it all the time, and the report a bug button, after we clicked,
he's clicked that one time. I guarantee you, one time ever. It went to the form. They submitted the form. They was like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, we tested it the moment we added that feature. We tested it. Works great. We've done 100 updates since then, and probably something just
you know what though, it could be the Android 12 update as well, because I know you had to change how. On Android 12, you had to change how you did your links. So that could have been it as well. I don't know if you guys follow the Android developer documents and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's just so much that like it's hard to follow all of them because of all the features we have. And so I'm gonna.
Who's he telling here?
What was that?
So who you telling? I got tons of features I got to follow.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure you know more than I do, honestly. But
yeah, but I mean, I know that the links changed. So I just clicked the wrong one in my app. Whenever I did it on mine too, I had to go in there and I had to change something as far as linking outside of my app and things like kind of like the iOS. You have to ask permission on iOS to open links sometimes, or else they won't approve you on the store.
Yeah.
But Android's just trying to get more secure like that crap too. So could just be an Android 12 update that your button's not updated for.
Yeah, I'll look into that honestly today.
Yeah.
I bet you it's gonna be a simple fix.
But if I were you, get with your other founder or whoever you brainstorm with and say, hey, let's come up with a 2-hour session for beta testers to really go to town on our apps and have it very well laid out. Tell everybody about it first, and then just let Gary and I know. We'll find you 4 or 5 people who would be happy to take that kind of money. And it'll save you the searching of like going, well, I need a gig worker, and you get one who's worked 2 days and has no idea about even DoorDash app. And they're going to be going, what do you want me to do? Like the people we'd get you'd be like, I know what we need to do.
Okay. That's perfect. So I'll send over a text sometime soon, probably this week. And then we can set something up. It'd be great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I hope this helped, James. I mean, and again, we're always here on Sunday, and our new vouch is to always solve everybody's problems.
And you can always email me or Steve if you have questions.
Or your money back.
Steve's great at I don't give no money back. I mean,
we're not. No,
they if it's free. I don't care if it's free.
They didn't pay any money, so
but I know, but I'm still not giving them nothing back. You get nothing back. You wasted your time. I don't know what to tell you. You get 0 back. This is 0 back policy. It's kind of like the Dasher Direct card. 0 liability back. No, but seriously, James, if you need help with anything coding wise, I'm really good at that. Steve's great at the business side of it and the marketing side of it. So you can get my email from Steve as well. So if you have any questions,
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was great. It was great to meet you, and it was awesome being on here with you guys. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you should download. If nothing else, download Maximo for free. You can download it for 14 days for free. Gary's app, MaximoApp.com, just so you can kind of maybe get a feel of like what he does.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because it's not one of those things either where at the end of 14 days it's going to auto bill you. You just get it for 14 days, and then it's like it doesn't work anymore. Like till you pay.
Pretty much, that's what we call that the sucker period.
But to be honest, man, I love that. Auto pay drives me nuts, dude. I hate it. I hate the companies that make you do it. I hate it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I didn't want to I don't want to collect their credit card if they're not going to use it.
Right.
Because then they give it to me, and then I got to keep going back in because they uninstalled the app and didn't disable the auto pay or something like that. It's very annoying to do it like that. So, I mean, I make now when they do sign up, once they actually do the subscription, it does auto renew, but they can disable that at any time as well.
But I think that just the filters alone in his app, I mean, that might even give you some ideas, not necessarily because his app isn't the way you're going, but maybe just the ideas of like how things build off each other, how you can, I don't know. But things like this always help me, man. So
I have an Android device upstairs.
Okay.
And,
good, because you're gonna need it.
Yeah, that's why his thing's broke. He is not an Android user.
So Omer, it's called
the
BidBud app. Yeah, it's called the BidBud app. Yeah. For some reason, I got this thing that says can't post comments to some destinations covering the bottom.
Yeah, that's saying that you can't go to like Twitter and things like that.
No, I know, but it covers like your comment underneath Omer's. is under that now. It's never happened before, and I can't
Scroll
scroll
down.
it up. I can't scroll it
down.
up.
I don't know. Tell you,
Right,
mine
it
works
won't
fine.
go.
Maybe it's because you're an iOS user too. Oh wait, I'm on my Mac too. Oh, I don't know. Tell you, mine works.
Mac attack, Mac Big Mike attack. But yeah, James, just pop on by anytime. Stay in touch with us. Gary said you could email him. You can email me. You can text me.
Yeah,
But it sounds like you're starting to move again. You know, like I talked to you 2 years ago, and then I talked to you a year ago, and now you reached out to me this time. So something's happening.
Yeah, things were moving slow for a little while because we're limited on resources, and we over time we kept adding features to the app, and like, no, we need to add this or we need to refine this, and then finally after a while I was just like, all right, the app is the app has a lot of features. The app is definitely in a place where we think it's ready to enter the market.
Now
So
you need hard workers to populate it.
Exactly.
That's what you need.
Yeah. So that's what we're working on now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one start, and I think it'd be a big start, is a focus group. I think you would really benefit from one huge, especially because you could write out different scenarios and give them certain amounts of time during the 2 hours. So okay, now you're a business. Quickly sign up for a business account, make an order.
Well, since you said focus group, that registers something in your app. Are you tracking what screens people are on?
I know we didn't write anything for that, but I do know that you can in like the Play Store console. I'm pretty sure you can see like the activities that people launch and all that.
There's actually I have to look it up because it's in my app too. I can track which screens they're on the longest. And so it kind of shows you exactly what they're clicking on as well. So he can see private chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's my email right there.
Okay, let me take
so
that down.
If you email me, I won't do it today, but I'll send you what I'm using in my app, and it tells you exactly where users are going to. And so that's a big help because then you can be like, okay, well, this is a useless feature because nobody's going there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that makes sense.
And so whenever you do your focus group, you can be like, okay, well, none of our focus group clicked on this page. Why do we even have this page? Saves you some time on stuff. So.
And before we wrap this up today, I do have to ask too, like, honestly, what is wrong with okay, forget 2-3 cities. What's wrong with targeting one and making it Tacoma, where you started all this, between Portland and Seattle, that doesn't have quite the population of the other two? Work with locals, really get it booming in Tacoma. Why couldn't that be a thing where you're located?
Yeah, there's nothing holding us back, and actually, it does make a bit more sense to do it that way. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, why would you launch in 2 million person plus cities when you can launch in Tacoma, which is like 300,000-400,000?
That's what I did. I focused on the city I was in, and then went from there.
Outwards,
because it's easier to do that because I'm in this city.
Yeah.
Like if I was to launch a new app, it would probably be either where I'm at or where Steve's at, because we can control those two markets.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
I just assumed he already had Tacoma booming.
No,
well, no. So that's where they actually, when I read about him, it was in the Tacoma Times, and then they were up there at school, I believe, and then I don't know if you both moved to Portland, but you did. I don't know if you moved to Seattle or whatever, but I think that you guys need to go back to there and focus, because it's also right in between the two damn towns.
Plus, if you're handy and you see a job that's not getting picked up, you can go do it.
Yeah.
Or how Curry started, man. Just get to know people, and when you see a job, go get to know the carpenter or go bid out 3 carpenters before you have the system done, and then just put the bid in yourself to the people. I found this, but you might have to do the legwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
If it makes sense though, like doing a lot, you have to kind of do a lot of the legwork, it seems like. And so now that, finally getting into the marketing, I'm going to be, and it makes sense also to launch in your home city too. You know,
Yeah.
you were mentioning earlier, control
in a smaller city too. I think
Yeah.
that's a lot better. You know, you could really get to know people.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. That's our advice, and we're sticking to it. And like from now on, every Sunday, if you guys just bring your problems here, we'll solve them. That's it. So
or what we consider solved. If you don't consider it solved, as Steve said, he will give you your money back.
let me put it this way. It will be in our books, it will be solved.
All
right, everybody, have a great Father's Day, and we'll see you next week here because we all need to go spend some time with our kids. So have a great day.